Hi there, everybody. Hope you're well. This week I've been talking about loneliness being such an epidemic in our world. And just for people to know that they are not alone. Loneliness is so common, but it's not spoken about so much. Everybody experiences loneliness, and it knows no boundaries of culture, creed, nationality. And by being able to speak about it and recognize and understand it, I think we can cope with it a lot better. We all experience loneliness, whether it's through bereavement, job loss, breakdown in relationships, and through experiencing anxiety, differently able-bodied members of society experience this, and as does maybe larger families or even smaller families. Children and adults can feel lost and very lonely at times. Children in school and people in the workplace who are bullied or segregated experience and can and have, with debilitating results, experience loneliness. Also those living in more rural or isolated areas. So as you can see, everybody at some point in their life is going to experience loneliness, and loneliness is painful. Loneliness causes isolation and a lack of motivation. We feel unheard and unseen, and it creates a host of health issues, mental, physical, and emotional, as I kind of discussed yesterday in my video. But there are ways to overcome this. And the first thing is recognizing, that we are lonely. Sometimes we may feel these symptoms of being irritable, being angry, just not feeling right. I love what a friend of mine told me, is that if she's just not feeling right, she always looks at whether it's the emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual side of her being that she's just not feeling right in, and then she tries to address that area, and always being able to ask for help. So for me, the way I see it is there are two ways. We can look without and we can look within. When we look without, we are looking for other people. We are being mindful of acknowledging everybody that we come across. We're acknowledging them by being mindful and attentive and aware and truly listening when they're speaking. We are acknowledging that we hear them, we see them, we hear what they're saying. We're being fully present in their company and with their conversation. And we're not judging, because you can have 10 people who will all see the same thing from a different perspective. And we tend to see things from our perspective, our experience, but not necessarily any one perspective is who's to say right or correct. So it's listening and being open and fully present in a non-judgmental and compassionate way. It's recognizing with kindness that person is maybe struggling. And even if they're not struggling, even if they're not feeling lonely, this is something we should be doing, but we become so distracted with our own needs, with our own thoughts. When somebody's speaking, we're generally ready to get our 2 cents worth in of what we're thinking and what we want to say. Are we truly listening? And it's recognizing that these people, every person in the globe, has the same needs and wants as us. And just by being fully present and recognizing that person can help ease their loneliness and make them feel acknowledged and understood. And then there's when we go and we look within. Well, that is something that mindfulness has taught me. It has been a great journey of self-awareness, self-management, and I just don't know where I'd be without it now. And that is why I love to share my work with anybody who will listen. The going within is when you take your responsibility for your own well-being rather than blaming society and the outside world. You can control what goes on within you, and we all need to step up and take responsibility for that. So we have the reaching out, and now we have the reaching within. So the journey of self-discovery through mindfulness, which I address in some of my workshops and in my online training, if you're interested to go and have a look, that helps us develop our own self-awareness, self-management tools, and we learn self-compassion, and we learn common humanity, to recognize that we're not alone. When I suffered debilitating anxiety, when I discovered through this learning that I wasn't my anxiety, anxiety made me feel very isolated and very lonely. But through learning that I wasn't alone and that I wasn't my anxiety, and I went on a whole journey of self-discovery and truly empowering personal transformation, it changed my whole world. And I was able to reach out to more people, as well as reaching within to discover who I really was and how to manage myself. And mindfulness teaches you self-management tools, which are life skills that help empower you to live a happier and healthier life, living to the fullest, the way we're here and we're supposed to be. So the result of this has been huge transformation in self-awareness, self-management, and leading to happier and healthier relationships and better connections, more helpful connections with myself and with everybody around me. But there's too much to delve into the going within on one video. So I have addressed that, as I said, in my workshops and my videos and my training. But tomorrow we will look into mindful communication, how we can connect in a more helpful way with people out there. And I hope you'll join me. And so for this video, maybe there's just the takeaway of going without for now and being more mindful of how we connect with other people and enabling ourselves to be, maybe we can be the one who eases someone's loneliness. And just knowing that you've done that for somebody, you know, when you give back and you have compassion for others, it also fills your heart and makes you feel good. And remember, loving kindness is contagious, and we all have the same basic needs and wants. And if we just go away with that today, it leaves you with a lovely feeling. So at the end of the week, I will leave you with the loving kindness meditation, which is a beautiful way to end off the week. And just recognizing common humanity and sharing love and kindness and wishing well to everybody on the planet. So being mindful and just taking that few moments just to be aware of others, and that you have the power to ease maybe their suffering in just a little way. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow. Have a lovely day.